Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi, hello, my lovelies, my beauties, my royalties. Babies, take a deep breath. And just know, my channel is more of a hot mess than normal because my life is more of a hot mess than normal. So you're going to see a mixture. Okay, I'm going to spill because I'm going to be doing a lot more things, but I'm going to be talking about my trauma a lot more. Something that Mr. Spider doesn't like, and I know I kind of like that he doesn't like because hopefully he will stop listening to me because he was so fake and despicable and awful and heartless. And I'm I keep debating, was he worse than Mr. No Heart? Because I think he was. Because now I think of him lower than scum. I still think of his ex-wife lower than him, so I guess it's Scum, then Mr. Spider, then Gremlin. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, at this like if he's still listening, then he calls his coworker named Disease, like I'll call him Disease, stupid. Like it's the things that I kept track of was like I guess it was the red flags, but it was more I was questioning because I'm just like you laugh and smile and go to all these work events with this co-worker colleague, but then so many times you keep saying how stupid he is. Over 10 times. Over 10 times he's called him dumb. But then dating me, he lied. He lied to me, used me. And then, well, I'll get to all of that later, whatever, but for the nerd channel, I just found this video and I was listening. I'm gonna re-listen to it because I have so many thoughts. So stay tuned. But yeah, I think it's gonna be tomorrow's episode because I'm ahead of schedule on this channel. And some of them are gonna be so out of order, but it's I'm me, whatever. But on the other channel, I'm not ahead yet because I literally do this channel. I've done it every day for almost a year and a half or 2 years now. So I'm trying to keep that. There were like 2 days because the power went out or whatever. And but anyway. But I still have around 7 or 8 more recorded episodes that I recorded over a week ago to post up. And I have at least 30, like, I've been taking notes of different episodes I need to put together, including that state fair, guys. Oh, the state fair it was such a hot mess. But one thing I really want to do throughout the next year to kind of celebrate the 250 is how I would have done each booth. So yeah, this is going to be kind of a random episode because I'm going to be giving you updates, but also ideas and different things. But I'm going to go through all of the states, but I'm also going to do like yeah, we don't give enough credit to our like our well, our partnering countries that they're part of America, but they're not like And also, I'm gonna give extra attention to Hawaii. They put like Alaska and Hawaii and a few other states. I think Maine too. They had like two cheers and like a flag or like the name of their state. I'm like, how? And then some Confederate flags. Like what? Excuse me. What? But anyway. This is okay. Check out my Patreon. I've got receipts about the river of racism, especially. Like, I still need to upload so many, but it's such. Oh, if you guys like, if you've been listening, you already know about all my projects with the candles, the greeting cards, the novels, the children's books, the activity books. And then on top, I have these channels. And now I'm working on my glow up, which I'm going to be talking about soon because after this breakup and after I found out that this guy literally, like, I still can't believe it. To me, he's lower than scum because of what he did. And he is only sorry that he told me the truth because he thought Now he thinks that if he kept it a secret or a lie, that I would have at least been friends with him so he can continue using me. He wrote this in an email, guys. He said that now he's upset he told me the truth because he thought that I would still be like, he's despicable. He's an awful, terrible, disgusting human being. And now I know why he deserved his ex-wife. I'm glad he spent almost 20 years with his ex-wife because that he is such a terrible person. That's who he deserves. And I hope the person he ends up with is just like her. Is just like her. Because that is the one, like, I thought, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just, oh, since I am slowly putting parts of this into, because with my main character of my superhero, which I'm going to be talking about this in the nerd channel, but she's going to be going through heartbreak and a lot of heartbreak and being used, and especially having a disability, how men lie to her and use her or take advantage of her and stuff like that. So, in a way, at least I have more emotions and more experience and everything. But yeah, yeah. So, okay, I'm sorry, babies. Yes, let's get out that petty tea, that scorching hot, boiling petty tea. And if you like it cold, hold the ice because the ice is a hot mess in these streets, babies. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna talk about that despicable, no good, awful. She's like a witch. Okay, if witch was in the dictionary, and I one example would be Megan R. Kelly. She is such a racist, awful, terrible, despicable, just ugh, disgusting human being. The things she says and the race, like she's only apologizing when she loses her job. Like remember when she talked about blackface and she was trying to say she meant every word. She still thinks it's like, mm. And this, remember, all of this is based off my opinion and my observations and everything. But throughout the years, like when she said like shut up and dribble, like when I say pay attention. And when I show you guys, like in the dating nightmare profiles, look through the entire profiles because I caught another guy who said he's not political. But then you go through like his first couple pictures are like, oh, okay, he's with his dog, how cute. And then you go to the last one and it's him in a red hat. And you know which red hat I'm talking about. Yeah, but he's not political. He's not political. Yeah, yeah. But a lot of men are doing that because a lot of women will not date conservative or red hat or MAGA or basically men on the right or whatever. So now a lot of them are like, okay, I just got to lie now. I need to say that I'm not political or I'm moderate, stuff like that. I swipe left. I don't have time. I don't. But I keep catching men in a lie, and I keep catching, even though I bluntly and I say in all of my profiles that I'm on the left. I'm like a progressive leftist and stuff. And it kind of like, I don't know, it's like I have a little liberal, but yeah, I'm more anyway. You've been listening, you already know. But so many conservative men keep matching with me. And so I think I've mentioned before, but I really, especially now, I'm single. But because I used to like last year, I was like, maybe I need to talk to liberal women or look at like start a dating app, but then that's catfishing because like maybe I should have as a male so then I could look at female profiles so I could see how are the liberal women, because for some reason conservative men keep matching with me even though I say I am a liberal, I'm on the left, or I'm a progressive, I'm on the left. And, but yeah, I keep getting conservative and moderate, and I will never, ever, no. And even the black moderate guys, like, cause, like, if, especially if, like, if I see, like, oh, this guy has a business, white, black, whatever, I'm like, we could chat, cause it's who you know, not what you know. So it's like, maybe down the line, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then they're like, so what's wrong with my profile? Nothing's wrong with it. We're just not compatible. Which part are we not compatible with? I already know, don't tell them, because I've had men change up the profile and then later say that I misread, or they try to tell me that I am wrong, or I didn't pay attention, or I didn't read. But then they forget that, like, well, they don't realize that I take screenshots. And so then I see how they change their profile to lie to me, because now they're trying to trick me into dating them. And so now I refuse to tell them. And some just block me, or some call me an idiot or stupid, and or some of them tell me that you're restricting yourself from like, no, 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 no. Okay. When people get divorced, men love blaming the women for everything, for divorce or having baby daddies or whatever, whatever, whatever. Like, they never ask, what did the guy do? Unless it's marks on her face. But it's like people always love putting the blame or asking, what did the woman do? And so, and growing up and looking at marriages and relationships and everything like that, I've learned, be careful. And I grew up in the church and brainwashed with the expectations of marriage and stuff like that, to the point where I'm like, no, yeah. Especially after my last breakup, like, yeah, this guy actually said, you'd make a wonderful mother and bride. And like, do you, ooh, this stupid, no good piece of scum. Anyway, just, okay. People always want to put the blame on women, but sometimes women deserve the blame, like Megan R. Kelly. The racism and the hatred, but then people keep saying, oh, it's the liberals, it's the left that are violent. They're the hateful ones. They're the this, they're that. Mm. And but then lately I keep hearing, because there's this one person from Minnesota that did, I think he did a speech in DC. I don't know where he was. I'm gonna put the video. It was on all this, like, I've listened to several videos on it, and a lot of people are talking about Megan R. Kelly or whatever. But especially like Don Lemon, oh, he has a whole, I was like, oh, he's got all the videos in what? Okay. So yeah, his is gonna be one of the first videos you see in this episode, of course. But I keep hearing how they're talking about the assimilating to this country, and who worked hard to build this country, and the makings of this country, and who makes this country great. And I'm like, no wonder they're trying to erase the slavery part of this, like, the history. No wonder, like, they keep trying to erase the start of this country, and then they have the nerve to say they have to assimilate. You guys didn't assimilate to Native Americans. You guys didn't assimilate and get to know and, like, learn the culture of the Native Americans, because they were here. Instead, you guys starved them. You guys poisoned their meat. You guys, like, did, like, hunted them and started wars. And like, you guys, the people were like, and I keep seeing, like, if you look at my Patreon, I have all the receipts in Patreon. Look up, like, all you have to do with, because I'm a nerd, so with Patreon, I typed in keywords. So if you type in river of racism, you're gonna see all of the racism, like, posts and stuff like that. But you will see how many people, when it comes to the Native American articles and things like that, how many white people, I'm gonna be just blunt and honest, the white people, oh, we didn't steal this land, we took it over, we did this, oh, we were smart, our people were smart. Mm. But okay, let's go over what, like, Megan R. Kelly, like, they want to act like the best people came to this country from. No, it's kind of like what the history of Australia. It's like the people that Europe didn't want, those are the people that came over here. The lot, like, yeah, men call me a leftover, whatever. But yeah, it's like, yeah, their leftovers came over. Yeah, the people that they didn't want came over here, and then they saw the people of this land and their violence, their hatred, and their demand, like, because they didn't want to be the leftovers of this land too. They didn't want to assimilate or get to know the cultures of this land too. So yeah, They they did what they ended up doing in Africa. Remember the apartheid? Yeah. It's like when that, but then it's really crazy because even when it comes to like immigrants and things like that, because Megan and R. Kelly was like, these people lie. Are the South Africans lying in order to get it? Like, how come we're bringing in so many white South Africans right now? Are they lying? Because yes, it's like a lot of the news that they're saying is a lie about like the hunting downs and the elimination and stuff of the white farm. Yeah, yeah, a lot of that is based off lies. It's like I've been looking it up and looking at it, like real articles based off of it, but certain areas are saying false news, especially OAN, and a lot of them they're not telling the truth. But they have no problem bringing in the white South Africans. Why is that? Why is that? And then especially with just the history, they want to talk about who built this country. Oh, like, hold up, wait a minute. Like, didn't my ancestors have a really big deal with building this country? And then you say assimilate. You didn't allow African Americans to assimilate, especially after they gained freedom. You said, like, this country said they weren't allowed to go to college and get higher education. So that's why we have historically black colleges and universities. But now we have, like, do you know how many Generation Z in my college classes or whatever? It, like, I think it came up 2 or 3 times because one student, after she was done at the school I was teaching at and stuff, she said that she was going to apply at one of the historically black colleges and universities. And then one of the white students was like, "Yeah, that was built based off of racism." Oh, and I was just like, "Oh, explain." The idiotic comments that came out his mouth. So then I had to ask him, "So you don't know why they were built then?" Because back in those days, black people weren't allowed to go to college. And he said I was lying. I was like, "Okay, look it up now." In front of, like, yeah, look it up. And his face changed. His face changed once he started looking at, yeah. Uh-huh. hmm And he was just like, "Well, that's not how my parents explain it." I bet that's not how your parents explained it. And I wanted to say, make sure you ask grandma and grandpa about desegregation. hmm hmm Yeah, make sure next time over the holiday dinners you bring up, like, where they, well, I don't even have to ask which one because I know they were probably booing when the black kids were entering the schools and stuff like that. But yeah. Mm-hmm. Because he was one of the students that came up to me and telling me that he wasn't sure if I would be able to teach him anything. He said that the second week of school. Yeah. hmm But see, it's like they keep saying that we can't assimilate and all this other stuff, and how the people who come over, like especially the Hispanic community, they're making it up and all this other stuff. But when they came over to this country, they took it over. Their hatred, their racist, awful, terrible treatment. And for a while, the Hispanics were considered white. Italians were not considered white. They based the race off of making sure that black people would never get the freedoms, would never be able to hear their voices, which right now we are repeating history. They are making it to the point where they're squeezing our voices out. They don't want to hear us. They never want to hear us. They wanted us to work the land. And that's one reason why a lot of these white farmers who are about to go bankrupt because of their vote, they deserve it. I don't feel bad for them at all. That one country singer, Carrie, what I like, yeah, it's like the Take the Wheel girl, whatever. She's got a farm too. I just laugh. Mm. because some of them, they want us to work the land. When I say us, black people, when I say us, what the orange man meant for black jobs. You remember that 2024, late 2024, when he said that it's like they're taking the black jobs. That's what he meant, and the farmers knew exactly what he meant. And so now it's not happening, and they're shocked and they're upset because that's what they were guaranteed. That's what they thought they were promised. That's who they thought were going to be working the lands. Because a lot of them, that's who they see us as. They are racist. They are terrible, heartless, awful, ignorant, poorly educated people. They see us as just working their land, not educated. And it's like they want us to assimilate, but they don't want us to be smart, even though African American women are the most educated demographic in this country. Not to brag, but yeah, I got my 3 degrees, my 3 certifications, babies, and I learn every single day. And I make sure I take advantage of my education every single day. And so I just think it's crazy with how Megan R. Kelly wants to say all this garbage. She wants to say, like, she wants to put down a culture. But when you look at how this country was started, who started this country, the takeover, the hatred, the violence, and then they want to talk about assimilate. They didn't assimilate to Native Americans. And then they shoved the Native Americans into the parts of land that they didn't care about. They didn't uplift them. They didn't allow them a part of the lands that this is their land. And then they forced, it's like they said that other cultures won't assimilate to white people, but with Native Americans they took over this land, and then they punished and forced Native American children to be of them. They didn't assimilate. They didn't assimilate to the Native Americans. Remember the school, like, because even in Canada, it's like I think they found more of the Native American kids' bodies, I think within the last 2 or 3 years and stuff. So then they were apologizing again because they're like, oh, oops, our bad. But it's like America, same thing. And a lot of us who have Native American blood, is like, and Native, like, very close Native American, like, family members, the history and the things they tell us, the pictures and stuff that they've shown us. But they want to talk about assimilate. Like, when have white people ever assimilated when they took over other people's lands? Okay, because again, the apartheid. And now there are white people going to South Africa and parts of Africa, creating whites only cities. And that's where America, like, yeah, there's that white town that's being constructed. They learned it from the apartheid. They keep wanting to say that it's like every other culture needs to assimilate to them. They come over to other countries and take them over. They don't have to assimilate. Okay, let's just be real. They don't have to assimilate. They can be. They call the left violence stuff. Okay, look, and okay, when they took over, it was Democrats and Republic. Okay, I'm not. I'm just not. I'm going to tell the whole truth. But look who is so, like, with the Confederate flag at the 250th, really? The 200, like, that flag shows how it's like, I mean, it has so much meaning in the hatred and the racism. So it's like having that represent some of the states. It's like, oh, really? Really? Come on now. Yeah. I just, and that's one reason why with my channel, I've decided over the next year I want to do a full episodes for each state of possibilities of what the rooms could have been like. And now knowing, because I learned that, like, the Smithsonian, they were going to do some beautiful things. It was supposed to be amazing, beautiful, just artistic. And look at the crap we ended up with. And that's from our tax dollars. That's from our, it looks like it came from the dollar store. It looks as tacky as the reflecting pool. And that looks like some green high C or like, I mean, I don't know that. Oh, uh, and then they arrested all those people. I'm sorry. There's so much to it right now. So much politics. So much they want to hide the history because do you even know the orange man like he won like because I know with I think it was Brooklyn. They tore down that exhibit, but then they fought and got it back up. But now there's another exhibit based off slavery, and the Orange Man won this one. There's another exhibit that's going to be torn down and taken down. They want to ban our books. They want to ban our history. They don't want to teach it in class. They want to take it down at the National Forest, but yeah, now they have to put that back up. So thank goodness. So he's winning some, he's losing others, but we have to pay attention. We have to look at the patterns. We have to see what are they doing, okay? Because they're allowing more racism within this country. They're being louder with their racism within this country. And they keep talking about assimilation when they like no, 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 no. It's assimilation only when it comes to the like with you have to basically agree and become and meld in with the white community because whenever they take over a country they don't have to like come on, look at the pattern all around the world like and that's another thing I need to cover maybe on the nerd channel probably on here but every almost every country has an independence from white people almost every well this country a little I mean it is from white people but it's just from the other white people it's just from that's like the royalty white people but there's so many countries around the world who have an independence day of when they got to separate from the white people so and now we are literally about to where we're celebrating the 250th and looking at how they ignored like certain states and the Confederate flags, and also now the Supreme Court is now going to allow ICE to take over and take certain people, but then we have like in my opinion, she's an awful, terrible, heartless, despicable human being, Megan R. Kelly, saying that these people are lying and making it up, and but it's just like really, like how would you know? It's like you're too busy walking in your white privilege. And it's like you say they lied. What about, okay, why are all of these white South Africans coming over? Did they say why? It's like they're flying them in, like so many of them. What's their story? What's their tale? What's their reason? Are they lying? Because she keeps saying they're lying. Okay, what about like, it's like if you're going to say one group is lying, so what about this group? But I've already heard her talk about the farmers and like she's part of the ones that are going based off the lies with what's going on in that country and stuff. And they don't want to talk about the history of America and South Africa because both of them have a lot of racism within both countries. And a lot of people want to say, oh, slavery was so long ago. But then desegregation, like my parents went through segregation and desegregation. Jim Crow. Come on now. They don't want to talk about that history. They want to act just like slavery was so. No, racism is still with us, it still follows us. But anyway, these are my random thoughts. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human, and you're human too.